Well, you done yawning?
Was I yawning?
Yes, you were yawning. Okay, well, you ready for Q&A 109?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, Rose Fagan, how often do you change out the water in your waterbed? Never, just when it leaks.
Well,
we've had it 38 years.
See, there's no air in there.
It's leaked
and
three times.
Air is what causes things to go bad or get mold on.
Yeah, just when it leaks out, and
there.
there's stuff you put in it to keep it. You're supposed to put that in it every year, but we don't. It's supposed to keep it from molding or something, but every time it leaks, we just switch it out, and that's probably been 3 times.
And I don't think there's no smell or anything to it when we...
No?
No.
Said her mom had one in the 80s. That's about when they were popular. I loved to get in her warm water bed when I was young. Yeah.
I still love to get it. That's the only reason we love it.
You just get in there and you just melt. And you go, oh, this is so nice. Like if I'm cold, I just say, oh, hurry, just get into bed. And then you hop in. It's so warm.
You look forward to the gentle waves.
We have one that's just a plain old water bed. They started putting in these slats to make it waveless, and I think it just got too complicated. We just have a plain old water mattress. You just put the water in it. There's no dividers. There's nothing. It's
we had our heater go out a couple of times.
Yeah,
it's a little hot pad that goes right underneath
that keeps it hot. So we've had, in the 38 years, we've had it leak 3 times, and the heater's broke twice. We wore the heater out twice, but other than that, works great. That's only $40 for a mattress. $600 for the whole bed, but my sister used to own a waterbed shop, and so we got, no, I think we paid $400
I can't
for
remember.
it. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and great Q&A. Thank you so much. Lisa Vincent, this is random, but have you ever had short hair? Yes, I think when I was about 12, I had it cut to here. It's opposite of what we're looking at. But I had it short once because I let it get matted in the back. And so my mom, she just cut it. She goes, if you're not going to brush it, we're cutting it. So it was cut all the way to here. Maybe I'll find the picture and post it if I can find it. I think I'm 12 years old, 16, something like that. Anyway, but I usually like to keep it long. I don't know, I just like long hair.
Well, before I met Roseanne, the only girls I asked to dance were ones with long hair.
Ones with long hair. Guys do tend to seem to like the girls, that's a long sentence. The girls seem to like the girls with the boys seem to like the girls with the longer hair, I don't know. But short hair is styling, but I think long hair is actually easier, because short hair you have to keep cutting it and you have to keep styling it. Lisa Davis. She says, hi Roseanne, do you think maybe y'all could she wants us to take more time with our Q&A so you don't feel so rushed, so we can relax and take our time. And I think we love them all, and people do seem to love our Q&As. Don't rush through. She just said don't rush. Okay, it seems like on Fridays the time for your do-it-yourselfs are shorter. Yes, some are. Some I try and cut them out so there's not too long, but I can make them longer. I think you get more stuff.
You are a very busy person, and I have a lot to do, and so that's one reason.
Reason that what? Where are you going with this?
That we don't go too long on each one.
Oh, because we got things to do. Well, we still keep it in the 15 minutes, no matter how.
It's gone 17 or 18 the last couple of times.
We do, but we don't. Okay, anyway. All right, and she goes, question, will you share with us the stories about the births of each of your children? Thank you. Yes, we can do that. Let's see. Johnny?
Let's not do all 6.
What are you going to do, just cut 2 out? Just say, let's just do our first 2. Our first 3 were born with medication, and the last 3 were natural. And the first one took a couple of days for me to figure out what labor was. I kept going to the hospital. They kept sending me home. And then Joe, after Johnny was born, Joe was working at Albertsons. And I said, well, where's Joe? Will you please call Joe? And Joe was trying to get out, get his replacement, and come rushing down, and just said, you got all choked up, and you said, thank you. And he said, don't thank me, thank your wife.
Okay.
And then,
the more with Johnny?
No, okay. I'm moving to the next one. Okay. You gave me 30 seconds for each child. And then with Rochelle, I'm leading up to why I went natural for the last 3. But Johnny's went pretty good. And then with Rochelle, they gave me a shot. They used to do what's called saddle blocks, and I got really loopy. And I thought, wow, this is great. I can't feel a thing. And I was telling jokes, and I don't know, it affected me funny. And the doctor says, push. And I said, nope, I'm not pushing. They said, you have to push this baby out. And I go, no, I actually want to go home. I don't think I'm going to have a baby. I don't know, that it made me go loopy. And Joe says, Roseanne, you got to push. And I said, nope, I ain't pushing. And so they pulled her out with the forceps. And boy, I was so mad. I said, I cannot believe you did that. And then I went from loopy, silly, to mad. And Joe says, oh, look, you got a girl. And I was just really mad. I had my arms folded like this, and I wouldn't look at Joe, and I had my head turned. And Joe says, Roseanne, look at your girl. And finally I just looked at Joe, says, come on, let's see a smile. So I turned and I went like that, and they go, okay, so let's just stay away from her for a while. And so that's why that shot didn't go too well. And then with Davy, I felt everything. The shot didn't deaden anything. And then everything went into the baby. Like Davy, he was just really sleepy, and he wouldn't nurse, and because he was just sleeping all the time. I says, okay, those shots did not go well. And so with the fourth baby, I says, I'm just going to go natural. So I went with Braxton Hicks, and we took classes and everything to learn how to have a baby natural without shots. And
I thought Braxton Hicks meant false labor.
It does.
Okay.
You see, you're listening. That's good. So what? I can't remember. Bradley method.
Yeah.
Good. You're listening. Wow, that's really good, hon. Yeah, you're right. Somebody would have caught me on that one. Yeah, the Bradley method. And when Rochelle was born, Joe got really queasy and almost passed out. And the doctor says, you don't look so good. You better put your head between your legs and bend over and get down and before you pass out. Anyway, and then with Julianne, that one went pretty good, and I stayed, it went just fine. The Bradley method taught me really well how to breathe and everything. And then with who's the next one? Jimmy Joe. Jimmy Joe, it went really well. I could hardly feel anything. The doctor and Joe, they were over there waiting for the labor pains to get to 10 centimeters, and they were over there talking. I says, you guys have to be quiet. You're supposed to think about something pleasant while you're in labor, and then you can't feel anything. And it actually works. And then so I had to tell Joe and the doctor to be quiet because I couldn't focus and stay in my trance. And so Joe and the doctor had to go out till it was time to have a baby. And then with Amanda, I went in and things were going fine, but I had to go to the bathroom really bad. They wouldn't let me up and go. And I said, this is baby number 6. I know I have to go to the bathroom. And they wouldn't let me get up, and they said, we don't want you to have the baby in the toilet. And I said, I won't. And they said, we gave you an enema. And I said, no, you didn't. I know what that is too, and you didn't give me one. Anyway, and so when the doctor came in, I couldn't get her out. And one nurse, she says, well, you shouldn't have her natural. And I felt like, will you go away? I said, what do you want me to do now? The baby's coming out. I had a real hard time I just couldn't get her out. And then the doctor, he finally said, when the baby was finally born, I said, why was that so hard? They said, well, first she looks like an extremely large baby, and she was turned wrong. I can't remember what it's called, face up.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it's called.
Her feet first, you know.
No, it wasn't feet first.
Oh.
No, her face was turned up. Anyway, and so she was turned wrong, and she was extremely large. So she was a 9-pound baby. So, but we did get her out, and so that's just all that we had. And I would just stay the one day, the 12 hours or something like that. So see, that wasn't so bad. Okay, and then wait a minute. Okay, and so that's the story of our 6 children, and so 3 born with medication, and they don't do the saddle blocks anymore. They just don't work, and then 3 natural. And for me having half and half, I like the natural better anyway. And my daughters, they seem to like the medicine, and my daughter-in-laws like the natural. Okay, there we go. I had to change the battery out. Where were we? Okay. Grandma Hannah, awesome video, thanks. Oh, what program do you use to edit your videos? And we use Movavi. What do you use?
I use Movavi also.
Oh, you use Movavi also? I used to use Movie Maker, and then it just, I guess it just didn't keep up with the computers. It was an old...
Movie Maker was a program that came with Windows, and eventually they did away with it with Windows 10, and because it was always free, but it had limitations. And now we use Movavi, M-O-V-A-V-I, and I think it cost me $30 or $40, but it was worth the money.
Yeah, and when Movavi went out, Movie Maker went out, it just kept deleting. It just wouldn't bring my videos up. I couldn't get my videos to load in, and it just kept crashing. And finally Joe says, well, I says, what am I to do? I don't know how to use any other program. And he says, I bought this Movavi,
and I've been using it for about a
couple years ago or something.
I was using it for maybe a year and a half.
And so I was so mad. I said, I've got to learn a new one. So I loaded it up, and it took me, usually takes me about 3 hours to complete a video from start to finish. And this one took me, because I had to learn it, took me a good 8 hours, but I had to get that video up. And I thought, well, this is a good way to switch over.
How long does it take now?
It's about 3 hours, same as it depends on how much I have to edit out.
But a lot of people will not do what you're doing if they're beginners.
Yeah,
they'll be happy just to upload it. But
yeah, and my first video, it took me a good 8 hours, and I kept losing it. I didn't know how to save it, and I'd worked so hard on getting it made, and then I'd lose it, and Joe would have to show me. He says, you got to save it somewhere, and I was just about ready to give up, and but it was really hard to...
By save it, we mean you have to know which folder and which drive you saved it on.
Yeah, you got to know where you saved it, so...
And you got to give it a name that describes it.
Yeah.
And the name should have the date you did it, and just a quickie name that summarizes the whole subject.
It was really hard to learn, but I did it, and I just learned a little bit more, get faster a little bit more each day. And
but see, you learned to do voiceover.
Yeah.
You learned to go speed up twice as fast, 3 times as
I'm
fast.
slowly learning it. Yeah.
No, you've learned a lot.
And Movavi, I'm able to reverse things, and where with Movie Maker, they didn't have the reverse. They had it at one time, and then they took it away, and so I'm happy to have the reverse.
But the learning curve is different for everybody. I'll give you I taught computers for a while and fixed them and everything, and if you have no idea what it means to create your own folder in a certain place and then save your movie, export it into that folder, then if that sounds like Chinese to you, then it's not the program, it's just you haven't been around computers that much.
Yeah, and Joe's, if it wasn't for Joe, I wouldn't learn this stuff. There'd be no way. How would I learn it? So he's always shown.
You'd be asking Davey every time he comes.
I guess I could ask Davey, but that would take longer because I don't see him as often as I do you. But I finally did learn it. Okay, Sunshine Valley 121. Did you say you went live on Instagram? I didn't know you had Instagram. What is your name there? I don't know. Did we go live? Did we try it once? I think I did try it once. Yeah, and I was worried nobody would come on there, but we did actually have a few people. And
actually,
then,
a lot of people are using Periscope now.
Periscope?
That was popular for a while, and then it wasn't popular. And there's lots of programs you can go live on.
I get nervous to go live because I think nobody will come. I don't know, I get nervous. Why am I so nervous?
YouTube is kind of popular for going live.
Yeah.
But just recently you can go live on it.
Instagram sounds like it would be a lot easier because you can tote the phone around with you. But yeah, so, and my Instagram is, what is it, Roseanne Orgill? And yours is Joe V. Orgill?
Yeah.
Yeah, so come over there and say hi to us on Instagram. Instagram's more up to date. With YouTube, we're kind of like a week behind because my Q&As and my DIYs put me behind a bit. I think Davey's behind a week too.
Well, he does it on purpose.
Yeah, does he?
Yeah,
it's kind of nice to know you have, in case you can't get a video up there, then you can relax and not get that up.
Or if you go on a trip.
Yeah, if you go on a trip and you don't have it, you don't have internet. Yeah, and so that works out really good. So, and my Easter DIY, people thought I didn't post one, but I accidentally posted it on Monday instead of, because I have a schedule that I post, make sure that what video goes where and when, and they always come out at 2, but I posted it early. So, and then we were busy with Jimmy Joe, and I didn't know how to get it put in the right place. So anyway, okay, so we'll send with a couple of quotes. Let's see if we can find a page. Okay, be a friend and you'll have a friend.
That's very true.
Yeah, be a friend and you'll have a friend. If you say you have no friends.
Gordon B. Hinckley said that.
Yeah, Gordon B. Hinckley, yeah. So if you don't have any friends, it's because you need to go out and find someone to be a friend to, and then you'll have friends.
Okay, that one's a long one.
That's a long one. Yeah, we try to look for short ones.
Well, sometimes they're a whole paragraph long. Okay, here's an interesting one. Leadership is not about titles, positions, or flowcharts. It is about one life influencing another.
I like that. Who said it?
John Maxwell.
All right. Well, that was a fun Q&A, and keep the questions coming.
Mark Twain said, I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened.
It's true. Yeah, most of which never even happened. It's hard not to worry. I think the older you get, the more you worry.
What about George Eliot? It will never rain roses. When we want to have more roses, we must plant more roses.
That goes in with my theme.
Yeah.
Look for the rose. Plant your roses if you don't have any. Say, I can't find a rose today. Well, you go plant one.
Yeah, that's good.
That was good. All right, thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, and keep the comments coming. And good night, everybody.
Good night.
And tell me what your rose was for today.